Hello everyone, welcome to Galactic Soul Artist. I'm Melissa. I'm going to be reading for you today, for anyone that shows up. Uh, this is a live broadcast. Just put your questions in the comments in all caps so I can see them. And I think I'm going to start today with just a reading in general for the week ahead. I usually do a Terrascope on Sundays, but I feel like there's much more, things are moving so quickly that I can read something and 24 hours later it's changed, 48 hours later it's like, what planet were you on when you thought that, or when you read that? So I'm going to go ahead and just read for the week and see what we come up with, what gets revealed. This is for the week of November 24th through 30th. Can you believe it? We're at the end of November. And it's Thanksgiving week. What are the general energies for the upcoming week for everyone on the planet? Sounds like a tall order, but I think that um, I think that makes sense for everybody to, whatever it is everybody's experiencing together. Okay. Seven of Pentacles and Eight of Wands. Well, we've got a little bit of a hiccup here. I think there's quite a few hiccups going on. Six of Swords is the outcome. Okay, we've got unfulfilled promises. We've got swiftness on its side, which means, well, oh, Mercury goes retrograde. That's why swiftness is on its side. Mercury goes retrograde this week for 3 weeks. The Knight of Wands is at the foundation. The karmic wheel is in the past. It's feeding this whole reading. We've got the Ace of Cups up in the sky above us, which is Lord of the root of the powers of water. So our emotional well-being is very, we're on tenterhooks this week. It's a lot to take in. And then the Five of Pentacles is the general outcome for the week, which is the fighting card. So there's a lot of mixed messages coming, a lot of them. Mercury's retrograde. It's going to slow us down a little bit here. It's going to make us pay attention. Oh, hi everyone. I started doing a reading for the week. Externally is the Seven of Swords, which is another, is the thievery card. Internally is the Lord of Earthly Power. It's the Four of Pentacles. So we're rearranging our internal, we don't want to rearrange our internal mechanism, we're going to need to. We're really going to need to rethink everything we do, and not in a scary way, just it's almost like learning to walk again. You know you can do it. You just have to figure out how it's going to work this time. And the fears, hopes and fears, Lord of great strength, Nine of Wands. I think there's worry that we aren't going to be able to make it through this. And good heavens, we've made it through everything else. I don't know why we wouldn't make it through this mess we're all in universally, but I think we're going to see our way through it very easily because the outcome is a Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is that card where the woman and the man and the child are in the boat and they're moving away. They're moving away from troubled waters. We're moving away from troubled waters. And the transformation card is on the bottom. The death card's on the bottom of the deck as I'm reading. This is an important week. You know, I say that every week, but it's another important week. Another important week to rethink and rebalance our lives. Hi, Linda Kelzer. Hi, Kathleen, Dream Journey 1. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that you're here. I haven't done one of these in a while, and so I'm just playing with my cards and getting used to reading on camera again. Do you guys have any questions for me that we can look at? I also have some drawings that have happened over the last couple of months if you want to see those. I don't know if you guys know or not, but I get woken up in the middle of the night. I can see images and beings, and I get tapped on the shoulder, and people want me to draw them. Beings want me to draw them. I don't know who they are. I know that it's safe for me to do this because I know they can't get in unless it is. So I don't think I've shown things. I went through, I think August was probably the last time I showed anything. So I'm going to show, I don't know who this is. You may get a hit on him. He looks a little stern, but I don't think he really is. I think that's just the placeholder that he is, whatever energy he's pushing through at the moment. Yes, Kathleen, I can give you a health reading. Let's put this aside for a minute. We'll come back to that. Kathleen's health reading. Okay, I'm going to use my Rider-Waite deck, and I'm also going to use my Prism Oracle for you, dear. Let's lay out some cards. Kathleen. Well, you're fighting something off. The outcome shows you on a new journey, a fresh start. So that's very good. Yeah, you are fighting something off here. I want to say it's airborne because this is the Five of Swords. And you're tired. You're just looking for where you can get the strength. At the base is the authority in your body to manage what this is. And at the top of the reading is an emotional response to all of it, of course. Who wouldn't be responding that way? It shows you fighting off. It shows a gift. This is external. You've got something coming that's going to help relieve. And the internal is you just balancing you're just balancing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you can get outside and spend time in the sun, that will help you. Even if it's just sitting in the driveway, you know, or walking to a local park and sitting on a bench. I do that a lot. It's very helpful to get that sunlight. It'll help your body. But it does show you fighting this off. It shows you fighting something off. Your concern, of course, is that this is going to be ongoing and debilitating forever, and I don't think so, because this is your outcome. Let's see if I can get more on that outcome. Yes, I'll show you the drawings. Your outcome, you have more command over this than you know. If you can get your emotional state and your mental state lined up together, you have really good command over what's getting ready to leave. So you can start over again. So just take a look at those cards, Kathleen. The Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Fool. Good command over this. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, you can do this. You can do this. But do get out in the sun. Everybody needs to be doing this. We spend, you know, I forget to go out. I've got things to do. I forget. And then when I do go out, I'm only out for like 5-10 minutes, a couple of minutes, moving here and there, and that's not long enough. So I've started walking to a local park and hanging out there and walking through a neighborhood and just taking my time. I'm not walking for exercise so much, although that's helpful to walk. I mean, I'm not speed walking or anything. I'm just walking and enjoying the weather. It's cold and sunny here right now, so that's nice. Show my drawings. Okay. You know, I didn't pull an oracle card, but we'll do that later. Yeah, let's any hits on this guy? Any hits on him? He's he feels like he's stern, but he almost feels like a not perception, but a set of ideas. Does that make sense? Yes, you, Kathleen, you absolutely you can do this. So I don't know if he's helpful in the moment. I think those eyebrows are a little, you know, the makeup makes him look really stern, but I don't think he is. Just very knowledgeable. Dream Journey 1. Do any of my guides have any info on a possible future move? Where, when, and circumstances? Okay, let's look. Move. Move in the future. Okay, Dream Journey. Does Dream Journey 1 have a move? It has move information. Circumstances. Dream Journey 1. Well, it shows you not able to do that right now. That you have some obligations that you're tied to, whether that's a lease or a family situation or something. Outcome shows you negotiating, so that looks promising. Yes, I see a move. I see transformation. To me, that says move. You've got a lot of energy up above you right now that you can pull from. A lot of movement that you can pull from. I don't know what's going on, Dream Journey 1. I mean, I'm not going to dig into your personal level stuff, but there's some kind of judgment happening here. I don't know if that's a legal issue or if that's just a personal thing. And internally, you are so here and wanting to guide and light the way for people and yourself even, but others too. And you're afraid you're going to get blocked. Let's look at where. Yeah, your outcome. You will. Whatever this is you're moving through, whatever this is you're moving through, there's negotiating happening, there's a celebration, and there's plenty of strength to make that move. Now, where and when is those questions get a little crazy, a little hard to nail down. Let's see if we can. Where? I feel like mountains and water. It's like because you like them both, maybe, and you can't. I'm seeing. I watched something yesterday about Baja Sur, California, and I don't think it's actually California. I think it's Mexico, and the desert meets the water, and they're showing me the desert meeting the water. You're sitting in a desert, but you're looking at the ocean. You kind of a place like that where you can sit on a mountainside and look down and see the ocean. I think you would like that. When? When? You're going to have some false starts here with this. You may feel like you can do it next year, about this time next year, and you may have to back up for a little while. But it does show you moving. I don't have a date. It's about as close as I can get, I think. Oh, good, chills, good. I'm getting them too. I'm getting them too. A lot of them. Okay, so let's see. I'm sorry, I've got a camera set up in front of my screen and I can't read all my messages. God's return. This Thanksgiving week, Linda, I started that at the beginning of the show. We've got Mercury in retrograde. Mercury's going to retrograde, I believe, tomorrow. So the information that we're getting this week, they may wait till after Thanksgiving to say anything. So we may have just a very calm Thanksgiving, but we're going to be sitting in communications and messages here in the next month until probably the end of December that are not very pleasant, that are a little scary for a lot of people, and we need just to keep our feet on the ground. Yeah, Dream Journey 1, it's there's some stuff that has to happen. You got to get through all that stuff before you get where you can really make a final decision. But it doesn't hurt to go look, you know? It doesn't hurt to get online and look for places that might be interesting to live, and none of that hurts. But that to me is more fun sometimes than actually moving. Okay, Linda, let's give you a message just for you for Thanksgiving. Let's do a message for Linda for Thanksgiving. Well, I see a lot of young energy around you. I've got 3 pages here. And the idea of giving and helping and assisting is very alive for you that day. Receiving, that whole process of receiving and giving. You move right through it. So you got a lot. It's younger energy, and I've got 2 knights. So older, maybe 20s. That kind of energy. And you it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. A good day. Hi, G. Covington. Yeah, it has been a minute. Sorry about that. Yes, Linda, it is. Very true. Please use discernment in all communications for the next few weeks. Or few months. Yeah, it really, I've been looking at it, and I'll lay out cards and ask questions about next month and beginning of the year and the inauguration and all these other things. And I'll lay it out again, a week later, and it's all changed and it's different. So I don't think we can almost depend on readings. They're helpful to a point in regards to universal world events. But I think that things are moving rapidly, and I think it's out of our hands almost. We put in our requests, and now the universe is working through them. And there's a lot happening. I don't know if any of you've watched Dr. Stephen Greer's movie Unacknowledged. It's a lot to take in. It's on YouTube, it's free. He talks about, towards the end of the film, about the military industrial complex and the secrecy and the dark money and all this stuff. And it occurred to me that in addressing a lot of the things that we're addressing in the US right now, the voting situation and the outcome of the election and all that, in order to straighten that out, they may be digging into areas that are part of that military industrial complex. And that gets a little dicey, and I think they're all trying to be very, 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 very careful about what they're doing. So yes, use discernment in all communications for the next few months, and especially here in the next 3 weeks, because we have Mercury retrograde. Yeah, Junjunina is a good one. Okay. G. Covington, what is the theme for my life in 2025? That's a good one. What's the theme for me? G. Covington. Theme for life 2025. Lord of Abundance, 3 of Cups. This is the card in the Rider-Waite where the 3 women are holding up the cups and dancing. Yeah, there's your theme. Don't you love it? Oh, I love it. Love it, love it. Let's see what else, if it tells me anything else. Ooh, you're on fire. On fire. You've got a queen and an ace on either side of that. The Queen of Wands and the Ace of Cups on either side of that. You've got a really fruitful year, I would say, coming. Oh, Linda, that must be the kids that I was seeing. Yeah, they're young. It's young energies, and then the knights must have been sons or sons-in-laws or something. Yeah. So G. Covington, I would say, rock on. Have a good year. I'm a little jealous of those cards. So I think maybe we might move on into more pictures. So I showed you this guy, and this I do not know what to make of this. I do not know. It's a rabbit. I'm assuming it is a hybrid of some kind. I do not know what this is. I don't know if it's a guide. I don't know if it's an animal. I don't know if it's a being, some kind of hybrid being. I don't know. But it's a bunny rabbit. And this was done in August, so it's done anything to do with Easter. Not sure. This one I think I need to show to Dr. Gale. This is a merman that came in. And he's just very watery and slippery and interesting. Those were all in August. Those three came in August. This one, now I was told this was Jesus when he came through. And you know, because I can't imagine that, I think, that he would show up like that. I just kind of, I don't know. Here's another being. This also feels like some kind of hybrid, or it almost feels dinosaurish or dragonish, maybe. I got him at 11 o'clock at night. Sometimes I just, when I know I'm going to get woken up, I just decide before I go to bed that I'm going to draw. Just give it to me now because I don't want you waking me up. Can you be? Yeah, you should be saying you be. That was a good pull. This is a hybrid, and her name's L, just the letter L. And she told me that she was a hybrid, but she felt internally human, but she didn't look human. And so she felt out of place being where she was because of what she looked like. So I gave her an earring. See the earring right here? A little pink earring. I thought, you know, if I was in that situation, I'd want my ears pierced and jewelry hanging off my earrings or off my ears. And this guy, that was in October, and this is recent. This is the 16th. This is a friendly sort. I'm not sure exactly who or what this being is. And then the other kind of being person that I get is I get a lot of deceased people. And this stack didn't have any in them, but they'll come in groups. And so I got one about a week ago, so I know I've got more coming. And they've usually died some kind of terrible death, and they need recognition. And so and if they're, which one, Kathleen? Which being have you seen in etheric state? This man, he He said he was beaten to death. I couldn't get his mouth. His mouth is all malformed. His ears were malformed. I couldn't get the image of what it looked like, so I could kind of get it down on paper. But he said he'd been beaten to death. That's why he couldn't hold the image for me, because it had been broken for him somehow, energetically. So send this guy some love. I think that's what they come in for. The deceased come in to be recognized, and I'm happy to do that for them. Yeah, the fish-like ones, the fish one. So this guy, this guy kind of looks fishish in a way, but I'm thinking it's this guy you're talking about. When you say you see them and had no hair and gills, but he had gills. Yeah, this doesn't really feel like hair so much as it's. I think I wanted to give him hair. It's almost like seaweed. So when you see them, Kathleen, when you see them, do they speak to you, or are you just seeing them in passing? It's telepathic. So they talk to you. Can you start writing down what they're saying, or your impressions? Yeah, the thoughts. But there's got to be impressions that it leaves you with. It's difficult, when things like that come in. Like, I would just prefer to roll over and go back to sleep. But when they start flashing pictures in my face as I kind of sort of awake, it kind of wakes me up, and then I have to get up. But I find that once I get up and write it down, or I get up and draw it, or do something with it, then after I'm done, I can sleep. I go right back to sleep. Their impressions. Do you keep a diary of anything? Sometimes, G. Covington, come with they do come with messages, and sometimes they don't. So like this man that was this guy, no, he was silent, and this guy was silent, and this man told me, he'd been beaten to death. Um, I think that's why I picked up the pencil I did. It was one of those rainbow pencils, and it kept giving me, I kept feeling blood and all kinds of stuff. It's like, I don't want to go too far into that. This one didn't, but this woman did, and this one didn't, but this guy did. and then this didn't. So it just depends. Like and I don't know why it depends. I don't know what it depends on. When you say message, I don't get anything. You know, I always want to find a message in something, but sometimes I think they're just visiting. You know, my lights shone so brightly, or I have some kind of job I'm doing that they recognize and they just want to say hi. Memories that don't fade. Yeah, actually, you know, you're right, Kathleen. You're right. The impressions are better, and I often wonder if we store those somewhere. Yeah, I might be a photo cell phone. That's a good way of putting it. A photo cell phone. Yeah, you know, and then we're all, you help them get away from, yeah. So they come back and probably thank you, or, you know, they're part of you. When you connect like that, I think they become part of us. I often wonder how all this blends with us as human beings, just living our daily lives. You know, does it enhance it in some way, or are they giving us messages we don't even understand that we respond to? I saw something really interesting this morning while I was out on my walk. The park I go to has a hill in it, and I was up on the hill, and up at that hill is a log cabin. I won't go into too much detail, but there's a parking lot up at the top, and this man pulled up in the parking lot, and he got out of the car and he kind of looked around, and he walked over to the log cabin. There's actually two log cabin structures side by side, and he started digging around uh, in the bushes next to the parking area, and then he walked over to one of the structures and he placed something in the ground, and he came back to the place he'd been before and put something there, and he got in his car and he drove off. Not only did he drive off, he drove out of that parking lot down around the street and across to the hotel that was next door, and got out and did the same thing. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's geocaching, maybe he's playing a game with his family, maybe they're, you know, it almost reminded me of an Easter egg hunt. But I went over to the bushes where he was, and I couldn't see what he'd done. I couldn't see anything. And I walked over to the hotel, and I couldn't see anything where he'd been digging around. And then as I'm walking home, I'm thinking, well, maybe what is this? And could it be something from another realm that's dropped down into my sorry, I just hit you, Mr. Microphone. Um, could it be something that's happening on another plane, and they're, you know, I didn't know what to think of it. Yeah, yeah. There's a sharing there. There's a sharing there, and what does that mean? Watching them do strange things and hiding things in books. What in the world was that all about? I couldn't figure that one out. Okay, how much time? What time is it? We got 15 minutes. Let's do unless anybody has any more questions. Yeah, that's what Dream Journey 1, that's kind of where I went with it, but that's what geocaching is. It's a electronic scavenger hunt is what it is, and people go hide things, and then they give people clues, and there's a map involved, and I've actually had that happen in our parking lot, our apartment building parking lot. Somebody did that one year. There was a scavenger hunt that they set up and left things in our parking lot. They weren't even tenants. They just showed up and left things. I don't know. And maybe Dream Journey 1, it was a multi-dimensional scavenger hunt. Wouldn't that be interesting to set up? Huh. Yeah. Okay, let's pull an oracle card for the week. I don't know, would you guys be up for an astral scavenger hunt? Seems like that'd be kind of fun to do. I'm not sure how we do it, but maybe we decide on a color and a shape and I don't know, a word. Okay. Enough of that. Let's look at we have an oracle card, not a oracle card, an oracle card for this next week. For everyone here today and for everyone who watches later on. Yeah, well, that could happen to Covington. But you know how I look at that now? Because I've stopped worrying about evil things getting in and attachments. I tell you what, if you ever get a healing from Dr. Gale, you never have to worry about that again. She gets rid of them really fast. If you did, then you would need to ask your guides and angels what the reason was and have them help you decide what to do about it. Okay. Inner Earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. Interesting, we were just talking about bringing somebody back. Strength and security. Your team provides strength and security. Grounding yourself to the core of the earth, strength and security. I did a meditation last night where the person guided us to grounding by dropping our light cord down into the earth and wrap it around the core of the earth. And boy, you can just, it's kind of like being a seahorse. You can just stay connected with that image very easily. Let's read what this says. Inner Earth, okay, in the light. The base chakra, also known as the root chakra, is found at the base of the spine. It is the energy center that governs our connection to the physical world and all of its lessons. This card transports us to the energetic gateway that connects us to this planet and everything that we have learned during our many lifetimes here. We are being given a powerful opportunity to root down and claim our right to be on the planet. To claim the truth that ultimately we are safe. In the image, there is a gateway below a giant tree. This realm is called the underworld. This is the spiritual realm visited by shamans journeying to collect energies, meet guardian beings, and reclaim parts of their power or the power of others that have been left behind. Know that if you are searching for parts of yourself, you have the opportunity to find them and build stable foundations. You have the right to feel grounded, safe, and secure. You are becoming fully aware of what you need in order to feel safe and fulfilled on planet Earth. Know that it is part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated upon this planet now. And although at times you may have felt unstable or that you have lost your way, you have been building up momentum to be where you are today. You are in a space where you can build powerful foundations, a space where you can lay out exactly what you need, who you need to be, and what you need to do to flourish and grow. You have the opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you've buried deep within and reclaim gifts you've abandoned. If you are starting any projects or are thinking about taking up something you've had on hold, now is the perfect time. The seeds you are planting are sending roots deep into Mother Earth. You are held, you are supported. Let's look at that card again. I don't know if you can see. This is the tree, and this is that underworld. And then you've got ground, horizon line. You can ground pretty easily, Kathleen, just as I was describing that meditation showed last night. You just see your cord, your spinal, the light that runs through your spine coming out your root chakra, out of the base of your spine, and dropping down into the earth and wrapping around the core of the earth. You can do it by walking on the earth barefoot. You can do it by just seeing your feet turning into roots and going down into the ground. It's a visualization thing. Yeah, and just visualizing that, just as we were talking before, words aren't going to necessarily be the best route. Just visualizing it is enough, and you're there. G. Covington, I think you like the silence. You enjoy your grandkids, but you like the silence. Okay, you guys. You got anything else you need to ask? Are we ready to face the week? You know, we've got Mercury going into retrograde, so it's a good time to revisit things and rearrange things and replan things. Maybe not start anything brand new, but just kind of work through what you've already got. Okay, I'm not seeing another question. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next week. I'm going to try to start doing these every week. I'm not a good person when it comes to regularity. I like to jump around a lot. So I'll see you next week. Okay? Bye. Love to everybody.